Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talking Reds. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Arne Slot. Arne Slot, and welcome everyone that is live. If you are joining me live right now, welcome on. It's a nice Saturday daytime. The FA Cup final is about to start in just half an hour's time, so I might do a little watch along whilst we are talking Arne Slot, whilst we are talking Liverpool, whilst we are talking team selection as well. So I want to ask the question: how is Arne Slot going to react? And this question is for many reasons to what happened last Sunday in terms of Trent Alexander-Arnold being booed. Does he play Trent Alexander-Arnold this Monday coming up? Does he play him for the rest of the season? I want to talk about Federico Chiesa specifically as well. He said that he's got a future here. Is that true? Is he just saying that for the sake of keeping happiness in the camp? Will we see Chiesa in the next two games? And where else will we see in terms of team selection specifically, in terms of players going out of the door of Liverpool? Because there's going to be plenty of movement this summer in terms of talking about incomings, talking about Florian Wirtz, talking about Frimpong, players like that. But there's certainly going to be outgoings as well. So how do they get played in the next two games? We have seen in the Chelsea game specifically, we saw a bit of a rotation. But against Arsenal, we saw much more like the first 11 that Arne Slot usually plays. So let's start with Trent then, guys. Welcome, everyone. If you are new, make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you are new. 369 subscribers now we're on. We are so close to nearly 400. Our target is to get to 500, and then from there, just we'll keep upping the target. So this is just a start. This is absolutely fantastic so far, getting 369 subscribers. I'm hoping people come in the chat today and speak on their thoughts of Arne Slot, their thoughts on the team selections going forward, in terms of the Brighton game on Monday and the Crystal Palace game on the last game of the season next week. Let me know in the chat your thoughts on Trent Alexander-Arnold. Should Trent Alexander-Arnold start another game? Should he even get any minutes for the rest of the season? Because that has been the big talking point in the last week or so. We saw last week the booing of Trent Alexander-Arnold at Anfield. I think that continues. The more this is coming out, the more what's coming out in terms of Trent and what has happened in the last week or so, that the fact that he has been speaking to Real Madrid for 2 years. We're seeing Aaron Cresswell now leaving West Ham. His leaving video at West Ham, much more heartfelt than Trent Alexander-Arnold's was. I think a few things has happened this week. Even Real Madrid pushing for the early acceptance of Trent going there early to Madrid for the Club World Cup. Could that happen? The 2 million, I think 2 million is being rumoured now, is being reported potential where Liverpool could actually accept that and let Trent go early. Too much has happened. Not just with the booing, not just before the booing either. Too much happened this week, I think, to be confident enough for me to say there's not going to be more booing every time he plays, every time he's on the ball. I expect him to be on the bench, regardless. He's not going to start another game. But Arne Slot has a huge decision to make regarding Trent and whether he either takes him in squads or even brings him on off the bench when he's in those squads. Because I'm expecting boos. And again, like I said on Monday when I did the special on him about Trent Alexander-Arnold, I wouldn't boo myself, but I understand the boos. I think that's what it is for me. Too much has happened. The way he's gone about it is absolutely not acceptable for me. And we're now, at the end of the day, this is the consequences for him doing the actions that he's chosen. That's as simple as that for me. So I think Arne Slot shouldn't play him. I think Arne Slot shouldn't even take him in the squad. And if he's trying to push out the door for an early exit, then even more so reason to not play him at all. I think it's just too. We want to concentrate on being successful. We want to concentrate on a year which has been a successful year, a successful Premier League winning year, and the Trent situation right now is taking everything away from it. It feels like we can't celebrate, and even like Salah saying something yesterday, and I get it. I get it from Palace's point of view. At the end of the day, this guy's their mate. Trent's their mate. They're not going to say anything. And Salah saying that we shouldn't really boo. I think I think he's got to be more understanding about the situation, how Trent. But then, like I said, the mates. So it's a bit. He's got a different viewpoint to what we have as fans. I'm not gonna hate on Salah for saying what he said, but I think what Robbo said and what Arne Slot said, as in previous weeks, in terms of just I can't tell you how to feel. I think that's the best way to address these things right now. And yeah, it's a funny situation. It's a situation we never knew was ever going to be a thing. It's a very, very strange situation, but Trent's brought it on himself, unfortunately. And if he wants to continue playing for the club for the next two games, and if he wants to get his flowers, then he's got to accept the boos that come with it because you're going to get them. Like I said, I wouldn't boo. I think, but I understand people's frustrations and people putting that out. So, will Arne Slot drop Alexander-Arnold? I don't think he will. I think Arne Slot thinks about one thing and one thing only, and that's winning football matches. I think he will continue to start Bradley because I think he has to. Obviously, next season, if we get Frimpong, we're going back forward with Bradley as a right back anyway. Bradley's going to be here next season. Trent's not going to be here next season. He wants to get him some minutes and get him used to the Premier League as in 90 minutes, really, as much as he can. So I expect Bradley to start, but I expect also Trent to come on at some point. That's what I'm expecting. If you're expecting something different, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on the situation. Do you think Trent Alexander-Arnold will play in the minutes? Because I think he will. I think he'll keep him on the bench. And I wonder if Arne Slot's hoping for some change in terms of the Liverpool fans. I wonder if he thinks that they might get bored of booing. I don't think they will, but I'm just thinking. He also thinks about winning games as well. We saw the reason why he brought Trent on last week was to win a game. That's what he said. That's what he said after. I want to bring my best player on the point at that point to bring him on and go win the game. And I get that, but again, I think is he just feeling that tomorrow as well? Paolo says here the players seem to be disturbed by the booing. Big Verge said they were all dealing with it. It's a complete. I bet it shocked them, but it shouldn't shock them. I think they should. But like I said before, mate, Trent is their friend. Whether he's just a teammate on the pitch, he's their friend. And it is probably hard to stomach and hard to see. But at the end of the day, if Trent did things differently, I'm telling you now, if Trent did things differently, if he wants snaky about, if he wanted agreed 2 years ago with Real Madrid or whatever, if he's done this agreement that I had with him, if he didn't do all that, and again, I get why he wants a new challenge. I get why he sees Real Madrid as more ambitious because Klopp going, he saw Klopp going. He saw the ambition not really pushed off the pitch. I knew that was a big reason why. This is why he did speak to Real Madrid 2 years ago because he knew our club's not ambitious enough upstairs, and it's not. It's not. It really isn't. So I get that point, and I get if he wants to go for a new challenge, fair enough. I won't do it myself. But then there's a way of dealing with it. He's done with it the completely wrong way. It's even looking worse as the week goes on. It's even looked even worse on him. Even that the video just seemed no emotion, and it's very, very strange. And like I said, the players are dealing with themselves. I think the players need to be, I won't say open-minded, but I think they've got to see it from a fan point of view as well. Take the fact that there's a mate away and have a look at what he has done outside of how I've dealt with it. And we can thank him for the times that he's been here. He's been a major, major part of our success. He's been one of my favourite players, and he'll always will be one of my favourite players. But he shouldn't have acted the way he's acted and dealt with the situation the way he's dealt with it. Unfortunately, the boos are just a consequence that comes with it. You can't expect to do something wrong and not expect consequences. That's just the way it is. That's just the way life is. But yeah, I would personally not take Trent because I don't want it to be about Trent. I don't want it to be about the celebrations of winning the league. And if he wants to go early, that's probably best for him. and best for just the fan base right now. I just don't want Real Madrid to get what they want. That's the only. It's like a rock and a hard place, isn't it? Really, I want Trent to go early for the sake of the fan base and maybe for the sake of him. But I also don't want Real Madrid to get what they want. So it's a weird situation. The booing is ruining the fans celebrating the. I would save the Bills until we play Madrid. Oh, don't you worry about that. He's getting a mass. If we play Real Madrid, if you think the boos are bad now, if you play Real Madrid and we see Trent on the ball, he is getting booed by everyone in the stadium. I'm telling you now. He's not even the ones that are crying now about booing. But I get it, mate. I really do get it. The booing is sort of taking it. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think Arne Slot has a huge decision to make regarding that. Does he play Trent and want to win a game, for example? He still can create a big chance of winning the game. By the way, I'm just looking at this Crystal Palace Man City game on the FA Cup, and wow, Palace have got some fans down there. It's just blue. It's just blue and red. It's just blue. That is incredible, Palace. But yeah, I just think the booing, it's going to happen. So it's up to Arne Slot now to decide whether he takes him or not. I wouldn't, but I think he will because he'll just see about winning the game. I think he'll take him and they'll bring him on as well. That's what I think is going to happen. So let's talk Federico Chiesa then, guys. Let's go talk Federico Chiesa. Arne Slot has actually said he has got a future here at Liverpool, which to me makes no sense into why he hasn't played him this season. Yes, he said that he was injured for half of the season and he couldn't really get him in. And he would like to see more of him. Well, let's see more of him. I don't get it. He's been fit for quite a while now, and we're still seeing Darwin Núñez over him. That doesn't sit right with me. Darwin Núñez is fucking shit, and he's got a stinking attitude to go with it. Where on earth has he deserved to start ahead of Federico Chiesa? Where's Jota? How's Jota been able to start a bit above Chiesa? Because Jota's been disgraceful as well. But at least Jota hasn't got a bad attitude to go with it. And Jota has proven in the past that he is good enough. The thing is with Jota, he just has a really off season. So it's overshadowed. It's not compensated for his good performance aren't compensated for the lack of availability this season with Chiesa. But Núñez starting over Chiesa and having games over Chiesa and coming on the pitch before Chiesa is fucking awful. I'm absolutely done with it. It's just I'm absolutely done with Núñez as it is. I don't want to see him on the pitch for the next two games, especially above Chiesa. If I see, and this is one big criticism I have of Slot, the way he's handled Chiesa's situation. And I don't want to Slot's brilliant. He's been absolutely fantastic. But when things need saying, it needs saying. It's simple as that. And I don't think he's dealt with the case situation at all, right at all. Especially when he talks about Núñez, giving up in games and stuff. Well, that's if you see Núñez give up in games, why the fuck is he starting over Chiesa then? This is what I don't. Especially with Slot's standards. Slot has massive standards, and I fucking love him for it. I absolutely love him for it. And we need him as manager for that. We need those standards staying up there. But you've got to do your actions. You've got to do more with your actions and start allowing someone like a Núñez to not play like that and give in at times. And you're having Chiesa who's going to put every single effort in on the pitch. Not only the effort. Forget the effort for a second. He's fucking 10 times the player like Núñez is. Let's get that one fucking straight. It's 10 times the player Núñez is. So not only is he better and hard worker, I'm saying he's not only just better, he's a hard worker as well. He's much more hard worker than Núñez. So why is he not starting? Not even just starting. Why is he not playing ahead of him? It makes zero sense to me. Imagine being an employee, right? You've got two workers. One's better at the job. Just situation. Someone that's harder working and better at the job. or someone that doesn't really likes to have a tantrum every now and then, not as hardworking, and is rubbish at the job anyway. That's it. It makes no logical sense why Nunes gets started over Chiesa. It makes zero sense, and I want to see Chiesa now. After what Slot said yesterday regarding Chiesa that he has a future, I, I hope. I don't know. I hope he does stay, but it makes zero sense to me, guys. It makes zero sense at all to me. This Chiesa situation. Paolo says here, Slot's messed up with Fede and Endo to an extent. I think Endo, yeah, I sort of get Endo a little bit because at the end of the day, he's not really a starter. I think I think he's used Endo right this season. I think he has used Endo right. When we have need to see games out, is that player to see the games out? He doesn't have to start him. I think he could have rotated Gravenberch a little bit more, but it's trusting, isn't it? He can't trust anyone until he fully has won that title to start rotating and things. And we have won the title, so it's okay with Endo. I think he's done enough with Endo, but it's Chiesa. He's not near enough, played him enough. Joe said, "Hi, great news about Bradley. What is your opinion of the type of striker that suits us?" Yeah, brilliant news on Bradley, by the way. Signed a new contract extension with Liverpool just earlier on. It'll be him and probably Frimpong's close to pretty much done. And nearly here we go with Frimpong. So I expect that to be done next week. Bundesliga finishes today. In fact, Leverkusen were winning 2-1. They were 1-0 down. Let's see what Leverkusen are doing. They were 1-0 down, Leverkusen. And they went 2-1 up. Let's just have a quick check. But I am watching. I'm going to watch a bit of the Palace Man City game as well, kicking off in just 15 minutes. So yeah, the current scores. Oh, Leverkusen 2-2 now. Leverkusen are 2-2. But I think Mainz have been the better team as well, from what I've seen. Bayern Munich 4-0. Dortmund 3-0, which secures them. I think that secures them Champions League now, Dortmund. Yeah, because Freiburg are not winning, are they? Yeah, Freiburg are losing. So Dortmund have pretty much just about got Champions League football there over Freiburg, because Freiburg are losing at home and Dortmund are winning. Big result there for Dortmund. Chiesa will be gone in the summer. Frimpong will cover more, even though I think he deserves a chance. And this is what I don't understand what Slot was saying yesterday regarding that as well, saying he's got a future. Right, I'll answer John's question for what striker would suit us. I just think we're really lacking just a bagsman now, because we can't rely on Salah to be the one to constantly save us. Diaz and Gakpo score now and then, but I don't think they score enough for me to take some pressure off Salah. And I think it's that consistency as well. Like Diaz does it in purple patches, that Gakpo quite similar. But Salah, even when Salah plays poor, he scores every week. And I think we need to take that pressure off Salah. I think we need an absolute bagsman. What kind of striker we need? It depends what on the budget, doesn't it? If we're talking like we're willing to spend 140 million on a striker, then he's actually a complete striker. But if we're not, we need someone that's quite versatile, I want to say. A bit like an Alvarez. Because an Alvarez can play out wide as well. But I think regarding that striking position, I want to go for the best available. That's if Isak's available. And I think Isak's the best out there. I don't want a striker that doesn't get... We need a striker that can do pretty much everything here. Because I don't want to be like City where he just sits up front, scores the goals. It's nice. But I think Liverpool and Arne Slot will certainly want a striker that can provide much more than just goals. I think we want to provide link-up play with Salah, link-up play with Gakpo, Diaz. And I think just Isak's just that perfect one, isn't he? I can't come away from Isak in terms of being the perfect one, because he literally does everything as a complete striker. I think Ekitike is a good one, but I think he has to come with someone else. Frimpong not playing today for Bayer Leverkusen on the bench, not come on. I think that pretty much confirms the deal is almost done. I don't think it mattered today anyway, mate. Escobar, I don't think it mattered today anyway, because it's last game of the season, so it doesn't matter if he played or not. So it's not, It's not like a January transfer window where humming and ahhing whether he's going to continue for the rest of the season. He's got no more rest of the season left. So whether he played today or not, I don't think it actually even mattered anyway in the end. Crystal Palace and Man City just about to come out onto the pitch, I think. Just waiting for them. So it's how long? Like 9 minutes until they kick off anyway. So yeah, come on, you Palace! Come on, Palace! I really hope Palace win for the sake of football. I think it'd be a brilliant story for Palace to get that win. We did predict wins yesterday in the Premier League predictions as well. So, yeah, regarding Chiesa, I hope he does. I hope he does play in the next 2 games. And like I said, if we see like Nunes and Jota over him again, it's just all I don't get it. I don't physically get it. I don't logic. There's no logic in it at all for me. Especially when Nunes is going as well. Anyway, he's going as well. He's going. So what's? I don't get it. I just don't understand it. But like you said, Escobar said there, Frimpong coming in will cover Salah as well. So are they expecting Chiesa to go anyway? I just think it's one of them things where I think he didn't want the signing, and it's sort of proven a point a little bit with I'm not going to play him regardless. And it's probably a statement you don't need to make, but I get it. Again, it's like make sure you get me players that I want to play, that I want myself. Make sure you get me players. Don't just get me opportunistic signings. And I get that. And if that's his way of doing it, then fair enough. Notice City are 6th in the league. He is hoping they don't make CL. That would be amazing. Yeah, they are, because Chelsea won last night, didn't they? League table. So look at league table. So Chelsea won last night. Aston Villa won last night. Big result for Aston Villa, that was. And Chelsea, yeah, they are now 6th in the table at the City. So they're missing out currently on Champions League football. They've got a midweek game on Tuesday. They've got Bournemouth at home, I think, Man City. And then next week they'll be away, won't they? So yeah, if they missed out on Champions League football, that is an absolute madness. Looking at the table now, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. I think Newcastle get it. I think Arsenal get it. Chelsea, a big result last night as well. I know it was on Man United, but it was still a big result. You need to get those results regardless who it is. Forest have just messed it up themselves. 1 point at home to Brentford and Leicester in the last 2 games is just simply not good enough. It's just a shame that Forest have done that. But yeah, City have got, so they play on Tuesday on to Bournemouth, and then they've got, who have they got next week? Away to Fulham. So that's not an easy game. They've got away to Fulham next week. Villa away to United. United, depending on what they're doing in Europa League, might have just given up on that. United threw the league away ages ago, so Villa's got a chance there. Newcastle home to Everton. Also, it's Chelsea Forest, in it. Chelsea Forest. That could potentially save Man City, that Chelsea Forest game. Forest need to win tomorrow, really, if they want to get that Champions League football. I mean, this year, if like you said, if City come 6th, miss Champions League football, and don't win this FA Cup, that's a shocking year for them. But are they allowed a shocking year after winning the title 4 times in a row? Probably. It's not like us where we won the title and that's it. With shocking year after shocking year after shocking year. But yeah, they've won the title 4 years anyway. I don't think they're too bothered. I think they'll come back next season, certainly. So yeah, we need to get our act together regarding the transfers. But yeah, what else about Arne Slot as well? Arne Slot has other decisions to make as well. Who should start in the next coming days? In the next 2 games, the rest of the games that we've got left, who should start that is leaving? So Kelleher's probably leaving, Tsimikas is leaving, Nunes is leaving, Chiesa potentially leaving, Elliott could be leaving, Gomez Quanta could be leaving, one of those 2. Kanate could be leaving. Yeah, thinking about it, Kanate. This could be Kanate's last 2 games as a Liverpool player. That's the reality of things right now. This could be the last 2 games for Kanate as a Liverpool player. I hope not. I hope he signs an extension. But that's the sheer reality of things. And if he doesn't sign an extension, then he could be going for free again next year. It's always blame it on the player. This has been happening too many times, Liverpool. people going for free. None of them says Escobar. Is that starting? None of them. Do you think they'll get any minutes? What minutes do you think they'll get Escobar? What minutes do you think they'll get? I could see Simicast getting a start. I can. Will he start Kelleher? That's a question. Do you think he starts Kelleher? Because it don't really make much difference because we're in games that don't really matter at the moment. But it would be nice to see Kelleher. Certainly. Just give me a second. So yeah, the City game's just about to start, I think. Let me know your thoughts of the City game in the comments if you want as well. So it's looking. I hope Palace beat him. I really do hope Palace beat him. No, none of them should start. Says Escobar. Only way Canate goes if they give us Rodrigo. that's if Real Madrid get him. If Canate goes, he's going this season potentially, and Real Madrid won't buy him. Real Madrid don't do buying anymore. They wait till they're free. All Real Madrid have to do is wait till next season, next summer, and Canate is free. That's it. It could be the same with Trent again. It literally could be the same thing again. Him going for free at the end of the season next year. So if the Rodrigo thing, I think the Rodrigo thing is a possibility for Liverpool, but again, it's like Verts in it. Will we put the money for it? I don't want to do fucking deals with Real Madrid anyway. I don't want to give them any money. They should be giving us money plus Rodrigo for Trent. That's what they should be doing. If you, like I said, if you want Trent early, just send Rodrigo over. Absolutely fine. I'll deal with that myself. But yeah, the players I think should start. I think Simicast could start. I think Kelleher potentially could start. I don't think he will. I hope I don't see Nunes. I'll be honest, guys. I don't want to see Nunes in the Liverpool shirt again. What's he giving that someone else can't? Honestly, I'd rather play a youngster. Even if one of the youngsters not even coming through, as in like not even potentially being the first team in a few years. I don't care what they are. I want to see a youngster over Nunes before Nunes starts for us. That's what I want to see. I'll be honest. Chiesa, I'd love to play. Certainly, I'd love to get some minutes. I want to see more of Elliott again. Next 2 games, I want to see Elliott. Whether Elliott goes, I don't know with Elliott. It's a weird one, isn't it? Will Elliott go? I don't think Arne Slot really likes him in terms of an option. It would be nice to see more of Elliott. I think he offers a lot more. I think he offers creativity that others don't offer. I think there's only him and really McAllister that can see those passes that he gets. Maybe Salah. So it would be nice to see more of Elliott. Who else? Gomez and Kwanzaa, we don't know what's happening with them two. We don't know if one of them's going or one of them's staying. I really don't know. Is it all down on Canate? He's got some big questions to answer as Slot in terms of team selection. Do you think the team selection shows that he's giving up on players? I don't know. I really don't know. If Nunes is going, then why risk an injury? Would rather Rio get a start? What do you mean risk an injury? Mo needs to still break some records. Yeah, that's another reason, actually, Pablo. That's another reason, is the fact that I wouldn't want to play Nunes anyway, because I want to get Mo breaking the assist record. The Diaz and the moment and then the Nunes misses last week, especially Diaz miss, is shocking for me. Yeah, I feel bad for Mo. Blood on his hands if you don't get it. Right, thank you everyone for watching. I just wanted to ask those questions today. I just want to speak about Arne Slot and what he does now in the next couple of games with his team selection. Does he play Trent? Does he even play Trent 1 minute? Does he take Trent in the squad? That's a question to be answered. Are we going to see more of Chiesa? Is Chiesa staying as well? And which players will get some minutes in their last few moments as a Liverpool player? Is Canate? Is this the last 2 games for Canate as a Liverpool player? That's another question as well. Thank you for watching. Thank you everyone for joining as well. Thank you Escobar and Paolo and John as well. Thank you for coming on and getting your comments in. I hope you have a great day, guys, and I hope you have a great weekend. We will have a video out later on. I'm just finishing the final edits of it. in terms of the 5 Bundesliga players that Liverpool are looking at this summer. That will be out later on. We'll also be live tomorrow in the morning with Hooks. Myself and Hooks are live in the morning for another Arsenal-Liverpool talk, myself and Hooks. And we're also live tomorrow night for a match preview of Brighton-Liverpool for Monday night. Thank you everyone for watching.